Hello everyone and welcome back. Let's solve another interview question on map data structure. So given a map data structure, we have a map of a string to integers. So we are mapping a string values to integer values. Let's say we have fruits name and we want to map them either to their quantities or price or whatever. Okay, so the requirement is given this map or dictionary, we just want to sort the values of the map in descending order. Okay, these are the values, the integers, and if any value or equal or they have the same value, we just then want to sort them based on their keys in ascending order. Okay, so this is the requirement. Let's see how we can do that. If we take a look at this example, apricot has 4, the value 4, plum has the value 4, peach has the value 4. That's it. So in that case, since they have the same value, we want to alphabetically sort them based on their keys in ascending order, but the values should be sorted in descending order. How can we do that? We can use a stream API on map data structure, although we cannot directly apply a stream API on a map data structure, but there are 3 ways we can achieve that. We can either apply a stream on the keys of a map, which is a set of keys, or we can apply on the values, which is another collection, or we can apply on a set of entries of the map. Okay, each entry in the map is stored as an entry. If we take a look at the map class documentation or definition, so we have it's an interface that accepts one type as key and another type as value, and there is an entry. Let's find the entry. So each piece of data inside a map data structure is stored as an entry. If I take a look, let me just quickly search that. If I say entry, let's say, okay, it's a set of entry or entry set. It's of a type entry, and if I take a look at the entry, it's another interface or another type which accepts 2 value or 2 types, the key and the value. Okay, so each entry inside a map data structure is stored in this type. Okay, it's an interface, and it also provides some methods, like we can get the keys and we can also get the values. Okay, so all the entries are stored as a pair of type entry. Okay, let's go ahead, and if I want to apply a stream API on both key and values, so I can apply stream API on the entry set of the map. Okay, if I take a look, I'll say map dot entry set is going to give me a set data structure of type entry. Okay, and it has 2 entries, or key and value, or the key type is string and the value type is integer. Okay, so if I get a set data structure, I can easily apply a stream on that. If I want to apply only a stream or do something with the values or the keys of the map, I can say like key set is another method that's going to give me a set of strings, only the keys of the map data structure. Then I can apply stream on that and do something, apply some intermediate operation, apply some terminal operation, whatever I want to do with that. Or if I want to apply something or do something with values only, I can use the values method of the map data structure, which is going to give me a collection of integers. Okay, once I get the collection, then I can easily apply a stream on that. So for the moment, since we want to sort them first by value in descending order, then we want to sort them by key in ascending order, so we need to apply some operation on both the keys and values. So we can get the entry set to get an entry or entry set of a set of entries of the map. Then I can apply a stream on that. As I'll say a stream, we have a sorted method. Okay, we can apply a sort logic on this type entry of a string and integer. Okay, if I press sorted, if I press Ctrl P here, it's going to accept a comparator. I can either implement my comparator and the logic on that, or I can pass a lambda function. Okay, we know that it takes 2 arguments. I'll say entry 1 and also entry 2. I will apply my logic here. I will say entry 1 dot get value. First I want to sort them by value minus entry 2 dot get values. Okay, so this lambda function is going to return an integer. Okay, the result of this subtraction. If the result is 0, means that entry 1 and entry 2 are equal, and if it returns a positive number, it means that entry 1 is greater than entry 2 and entry 1 is coming after entry 2 in our result. But if it returns a negative value, it means that entry 1 is less than entry 2, and entry 1 will be placed before entry 2 in our result set. If either I can collect it back to a map or less or whatever, but I just want to print that here. Okay, I also for each just want to print that. Okay, if I take a look here, let me print it very quickly. We can see that our values are sorted in this ascending order. Okay, but we want it in descending order. What I can do is I will just change the order of that. I will say e2 dot get value minus e1 dot get value. It's going to sort that in descending order. So let me just quickly run that. Now we can see that our uh, values are sorted in descending order. We have 5 5 5, but our requirement is to sort them based on keys also. Okay, based on keys also. Yeah, keys or a string, and we want to change the comparing. In that case, if you have multiple sorting logic, then we can use another. If I press here, it's going to accept a comparator. I can say maybe comparator or comparator dot, let's see, the interface dot comparing int. We have a comparing int method. Since we are comparing or sorting based on the values and values of type integer, we can use this method comparing int. And since if we take a look at this comparing int method, it is accepting a type t. Okay, and also a function, the key extractor. Okay, so we are going to give our type. What we are comparing a map entry. Okay, a map entry of a string and values. So the t is going to be a map entry in our case. If I take a look here, so we can provide our type here, a generic type of type t. So our type t is here map dot entry of type key value. Okay, if I say my key is a string and my value is integer. Okay, once I got this method, now I can pass an extractor here, a function, a key extractor. Okay, I want to sort them based on the value. I will say map dot entry, and I can pass a reference to get value or get key, whatever, based on whatever I want to sort. So here I want to sort them based on value. I can say I can pass this as a reference method to the map comparing int. If I run that, let's see what happens. Okay, now it's sorting my map data structure in ascending order based on value, but I want it in descending order or reverse order. So here the comparator dot comparing int, it has another method called the reverse. Okay, if I just wanna enter here, enter everything in a new line, I'll say dot reverse. Now it's going to arrange the values in reverse order, but I want to add another logic or change some comparing mechanism. Once I sort them by value, then I want to sort them by keys in ascending order. It has another method, we can change that, then comparing. Okay, after that, once I sort them based on the values, and if the values have the same same value or same numbers, we can sort them based on the key. I will say then comparing, and let's see, then where is that? Then comparing, if I press Ctrl P, it's also accepting a function key extractor. In this case, I want to sort them based on their keys. Okay, I'll say map, the entry, the type. Okay, and I want to pass a reference to key this time. Okay, then I want to sort them based on their key. If I run my code very quickly, I can see that I get them sorted based on the value first, 555, and then we sort them based on the key. Apple comes first, kiwi comes second, and orange comes third. Okay, if we take a look at value 4, we have apricot, A, it starts with A, it comes first, peach and plum, and so on and so forth. Okay,